think the greatest thing that's overlooked about the true gospel, the pure gospel, is that it's not simply an invitation, but more than that, it's a declaration. When Jesus said, "It is finished," he meant just that. He meant everything has been done, salvation has been secured, but unfortunately, the modern evangelical church doesn't understand it is finished. The way that the modern church presents the gospel would lead us to believe that rather than Jesus saying it is finished, what he actually said is, now it's your move. So the modern version of the gospel, which is no gospel at all, leaves the success and efficacy of the cross in the hands of those who will either decide for or against Jesus Christ. And we can't know if the cross was a success until we find out what they're going to do. Nothing could be further from the truth. The modern presentation of the gospel is God sent his Son, Jesus Christ, into this world so that after having lived a perfect life, God the Father could let his Son go to the cross and vent his anger against his Son Jesus so that he wouldn't then have to vent his anger against you. Now, this version says, you must believe in what Jesus Christ did in taking the punishment from his Father upon himself so that that punishment won't be dealt out against you later. If you'll believe it, then you won't ever have to be punished by God. If you don't believe it, then you're still going to have to pay the price yourself. That's the modern version. The historic version and the true version is God decided to become a human being, and he took up residence among us and fully lived as a human, 100% God, but also 100% man. And living as a human being, he demonstrated the love of the Father to us with such perfection and such accuracy that we've never seen it like that before or since. But human beings could not handle that kind of divine love, that kind of unconditional love, especially the religious people of that day, just like today. And so they turned on Jesus, and they called him a heretic, and they called him a blasphemer, and they persecuted him, and ultimately they chose to kill him. Jesus went to the cross not because God was punishing him in our place, but Jesus went to the cross to show us the extent to which our Creator will go to demonstrate his love. In fact, Paul said that in Romans 5 verse 8. God demonstrated his love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So the version of the gospel that is the historic gospel, the one of the Bible, the one that Jesus wanted us to know, is God loves you. He accepts you. You are one with him. You are not alienated. You are not estranged. You are joined together as one with him through Christ. Now believe it, not so that it'll be true, but believe it because it is true. And when you believe it, you'll be transformed. You'll know the truth, and that truth will set you free.